2 years, 2 titles, and 0 losses. Since joining the CAC in 2013, Christopher Newport has reeled off a 17-0 in-conference record and secured a pair of CAC championships. Last year, the captains held off St. Mary's in a thrilling 5-setter in the CAC semifinals before defeating Salisbury 3-0 in the championship match. The captains then advanced all the way to the NCAA Elite 8 before falling to Calvin 3-1. Can anyone challenge CNU for supremacy atop the conference this fall? Who will the biggest challengers be? The answers to those questions and more await as we preview the upcoming CAC volleyball season, counting down the preseason poll along the way.
Goals for the season coming up is to make it to the conference playoffs is number one, and I think the way to get there, some team goals are going to be for us to be having ball control and also being able to put the ball away when we have the opportunity.
Our goals for this season are to compete in every game and compete for a CAC playoff spot.
Key losses from last year for us would be we had a senior libero, Aaron Goodyear, and Isabella D'Onofrio was one of our middles, and she also played opposite. Those two will be missed very much. Our key returners from last year, first is our setter, Casey Stump. She is a very good high caliber setter, and she's going to help us tremendously. She keeps things going. She's obviously our quarterback. Out of the key returner is Kiara Carter, who she plays multiple front row positions. Good, strong player and a good team leader.
In the off-season, we all worked hard, knowing that the incoming freshmen would raise the competitiveness of the team.
This year, as far as key newcomers, we have a variety of players coming in. 6 freshmen, we have 1 transfer student. All are going to be very, very instrumental in what we're going to be doing. All very strong, powerful players.
This season, I'm really looking forward to seeing the team come together and raising the standards of Penn State Harrisburg women's volleyball.
The schedule for this year, I think, is going to be an extremely competitive schedule. Obviously, the CAC is a very strong competitive conference. I believe that we will be able to compete at a much higher level this year than what we were able to do last year, both in terms of level of caliber of player and also the number of players, because our numbers are much better this year.
My favorite part about being a student athlete is knowing that I have the support system I need to succeed on the court and academically as well.
Want to take it to the next level. So we want to build upon what we've had in the past few years. Obviously, me being a new coach this year, I wasn't there with them for the season, so I didn't get to see, how the season started off, middle, ending. I just know from my 2 days with them thus far what I'm working with, and I see what potential I have, what needs to be worked on. So we want to build upon last season. Take it to the next level is kind of our season theme. We were 1-8 in the conference last year, and a lot of the conference games that we lost on paper didn't go 4 or 5 games. They only went those 3 games. So for me, obviously I want to win as a coach. The team wants to win, but I think sometimes success can be gauged in terms of can we push it to a 4th and 5th set against those stronger teams and not just drop in 3. So we definitely want to be more competitive in our conference. The out-of-conference games weren't as big an issue as our conference. We have a strong conference. So yeah, that's what I'm looking to do this season.
This season, we definitely want to go above 500 again, and our main goal is to win more conference games than we did the previous year. So that's what we're really focusing on.
We have a good core group coming back. I've only been with them for 2 days, and I'm excited about what I have to work with defensively and offensively, and seeing good things. Pretty much anybody coming back from last year is that, like I said, we do have the freshmen and the transfer, but everyone else is kind of that makeup. There's really not one standout, like, dominant. There isn't one or two that are, like, standing out as super dominant. They all kind of seem to be, even keel playing their part right now.
And it's already made the world of difference. We are already at a place now where it took us months to get last year. So yesterday being our first day, we were already out there and it felt great. We're used to each other. We're going nowhere but up from here. So it's really good to feel and know.
My freshman, her name is Juanita Petty. She's from Delaware, went to William Penn. Tall girl, she's 6 foot, has athleticism, has that base of, core fundamentals there. So still new to the college game. Obviously, it's so much different than the high school game, but I think she's got a very strong base to build upon as a freshman, and if she, sticks through and works hard for 4 years, she can definitely be, I think, a dominant force at the net. And then our transfer, Kristen, she is a true freshman. She's a freshman in terms of volleyball, but she's a sophomore here. She didn't play. She went to Pitt, I believe. Defensively, she's, I would say, right under our libero. Our libero is Meg Marshall. So she's right there defensively, very strong passer, good server, even has some hands on her for setting. So she's a strong little all-around player. Our Methodist tri-match will be interesting because it'll kind of challenge us mentally and physically, because the night before, Friday night, we play a home game here, and then we will be traveling overnight to play at Methodist, which is in North Carolina. The following day, Saturday, we'll play a tri-match there. So, again, not seeing any of the teams in conference or out of conference. I personally don't really know, this one, it's a close one last year. We really want to take this one this time, but I think that one will be an interesting to see how the girls, deal with a little bit of sleep deprivation, a little bit of, we're going to end up getting there to our hotel, sleeping for a little bit. We don't play till later in the afternoon, but it's still a mental and physical challenge for them, so that'll be interesting. Well, in terms of gearing up for conference play, there's, Christopher Newport obviously has been at the top of the conference. Salisbury's up there. We have been in the bottom half, so really any team, to me, not having seen these teams, not having played against these teams, any team we need to go in strong, and we need to bring our best effort, because at this point they're all better than us. So every conference match to me is a go in, go hard, must win type match.
I would say Southern Virginia. We traveled there last year, and we kind of had a long drive. We went in not with our mind right. We wound up losing when we definitely could have beat them, and they come here this year, so we're really pumped for that game, big time. Probably just how the athletics as a whole get along. We're all really close between volleyball, field hockey, football. We all support each other. We get to as many games as we can. It's not like you even have to ask. We love being there for each other. And we're all really close to at school, so it's never like you go to school and you don't hear somebody say, "Hey Meg," or "What's going on?" We're all tight like that.
goals and expectations is we expect to progressively get better. Every time we step on the court or off the court, we want to be better than when we left it. That starts in practice, starts here in preseason. It's one of those things where we want to see ourselves progress throughout the whole year. We're really excited to be returning key returners, our all-conference libero, Katie Graziano, our middle hitter, Allie Dorsey, and returning setter, Sarah Wukic. Key newcomers, we have a very strong incoming class with Brooke Krebs, Molly McCann, Erin Brady, Sarah Figgs, Lindsay Otlin, and Heather Sechrist. They're going to come by bringing some fresh volleyball, if you will. They're going to come, they're going to really push and challenge people who were here last year. They're going to fight tooth and nail to be on the court, and they're going to either be on the court or they're going to push the people on the court to be better.
My expectations, like coming in, was we were given a rigorous workout regimen, and from what I've seen so far, everyone's back and working hard, and I think we have had off to a great start. So I'm expecting for us to come back hard as we ever have before.
I'd say conference and non-conference strong across the board, which is great. It's something we're used to. It is a grind, something we have to keep in mind as we gear the season up. Obviously, we're going to culminate at the end with our strongest volleyball. Just have to keep the attitudes up, push for the wins, learn from the losses, and just keep getting better. It was really nice to kind of set the tone for what we'd be expecting. From spring till the beginning of preseason, it already feels different. Just the tone we're even setting in preseason, I think we laid a lot of groundwork of expectations and things that we're not trying to do, things that we are going to do, and now we're just executing them in preseason leading into the regular season.
We've done a lot of new kinds of drills and games that have made us compete more against each other and not be afraid to try new things. And I think from him coaching us in the spring that we've gotten used to his kind of coaching style and what to expect from him and what he expects from us as players.
I think we're going to have a lot of resolve. We combine that with our work ethic that we're going to put in day to day. We're just going to keep getting better. I think as a unit, we know that we can still be a good teammate to the person next to us, but also push that person for their spot, and they're going to push me to be a better athlete. Yeah, I think volleyball, in most sports, but personally with volleyball, it's momentum, huge momentum. You can end that second game, you might lose it, but say you lose it on a 10-5 run. We'll go into that third game, all the momentum in the world. It's one of those things, getting momentum, never letting it go, taking it all the way to the final point. But it definitely lends itself to that. A successful season for us is to look back and know that we were better on November 30th than we were on December 1st. Like I said, it's a day-to-day thing. We're taking one step at a time, but we're taking steps forward. We're not going to be satisfied with what we did yesterday because we know we can do better, and we're going to keep pushing ourselves to do it.
Our big goal is to be playing in November. So last year we didn't quite make it to the CAC tournament, but we had a lot of opportunities to do that and didn't take advantage of it. And we gained a lot of experience in the fall of last year. We came in really young, and that experience gained is definitely going to help us in the upcoming season.
Our goals this season are definitely to make it to the championship, and our ultimate goal is to win the championship and go into NCAAs. That's been our goal since the end of last season. We have a lot of people returning. We only graduated one senior, so we're ready to come back in and win the championship.
We're pretty lucky. We only graduated one, but we're really unlucky in who that was. Our senior, Morgan Hoover, was a 4-year starter and middle hitter for us. She was great on the court. She was really just a consistent player and a consistent leader. And then just a really calming presence off the court as well for our student athletes. They really look to her for a lot of guidance, and having so many freshmen last year, 10 freshmen last year, she was able to give us a lot of really good leadership. We have just about everyone returning from last year. So we have 2 seniors on our roster, Amy Petritas and Caitlin Collins, who have both seen lots of playing time in their 4 years. Amy has been a pretty key contributor for us for 4 years, and Caitlin is just this really versatile athlete who can come in and really pick up the court wherever we need her to. Sophomore class is loaded with 10 girls. They gained tons of experience in the ball, like I said, and they are Maddie Torres, our setter, is coming back. Our right side hitter got so much stronger in the off season. Nia Cheatham, our libero Lindsay Sapora, is also coming back, and they're going to do a great job for us this year.
At the end of last season, we began with workouts in the weight room. We played pickup a lot just so that we would stay on track, ready to go when we got here for preseason. We've been holding each other accountable over the summer to do workouts, play, and be ready to come back.
Our newcomers are going to add in some role-playing positions. We've got some transfers coming in and a couple freshmen, as well as some walk-ons that are going to have some opportunities to see some court time, but I don't know if they're going to make as big of an impact as our returners are.
This season, being my last season playing volleyball, is probably just winning a lot of games and being able to spend time with my teammates.
Our schedule's tough. We set it up pretty tough in the September because we know when come October, come conference play, the CAC is a pretty intense conference, and if we can do well in the CAC playoffs and be playing in November, then we'll be playing well into late November.
My favorite part about being a student athlete at Frostburg is definitely how all the athletes know each other. It's a very close-knit community.
Taking a look at last year, I saw that they had a really successful record, so my goal is to maintain that winning record, continue to build on last year's successes and make it back to the tournament, and just instill an attitude of diligence and tenacity because I want to be a hardworking team. My plans are just to focus and instill a lot of discipline in our practices. It's going to take a lot of hard work, and we do that in practice.
For this season, I definitely have expectation as a senior to lead the team, but as well bring the team together and make sure that we stay bonded as a family like we were this last year. For this last season, we all were really close, and luckily we have a lot of returners coming back, mostly returners. So it's great that we'll be able to continue our relationship with one another and make sure that we stay together as a team because that's the only way we'll succeed at this point.
The standout returners are going to be Caitlin Toulousek and Hannah Phillips. Caitlin will be a senior. She's a setter. She's got a lot of great experience, great team leading experience. And Hannah Phillips had a really successful year last year from what I could tell, so we're really lucky to have her for 3 more years. She'll just keep improving. Allison Teagues, she's got a lot of really good background experience and she's got a lot of potential. She'll be a good freshman for us this year. My volleyball background is I played volleyball growing up, played in high school, played a lot of club, went to college in Montana. Then I needed a better atmosphere, so I transferred to this school. Coach Pendleton got me here. And then since I quit playing here, I've been coaching.
Definitely it's going to take our all concentration on volleyball. It's going to take us focusing and take a bunch of people stepping up that we need to step up and taking the spotlight for the people that we have lost, and that we can, like I said, work together as a team and make noise so that people remember us. I think the schedule is going to be pretty good for us. It's a lot different than it was last year. We have a lot more tournaments, and it seems like we're playing a lot, some of newer teams, and that's always a good time for us because it's new competition, and it'll be good because we love to compete, and so it's just, it'll be a good season this year, I think. My favorite thing about Southern Virginia University is the fact that we are such a small school, and so as a school we all support each other and we're able to be there for each other, and I love that because we need as much support as we can get as a volleyball team, and the fact that the school's behind us all the way is great for that.
Our expectations for this season are as they always are, and that is, one of our core values that always states that we expect to win, but our focus is going to be more on our effort and our execution. So we like to focus on effort and execution because we feel that's more about the process, where maybe goals are a little bit more about final outcomes. So we want to focus on that process because the end result will be what it's going to be. So we just want to make sure that we look back and have no regrets about our season, knowing that we put it all out there. I do think that we have the people in place to really fight for the CAC championship. So the challenge will be to get the other CAC teams to agree to that.
Goals and expectations for this season are definitely high. We have a lot of strong returning players and a lot of strong freshmen coming in, so I think that we're in a good position to possibly take first place for CACs or second, and then definitely we should win ECACs this year if that's where we go. The main goal is to end the season with no regrets. Well, Coach always says there's no little things, so I think if we focus on that early on, as long as we play our hardest and we know at the end of a game, whether we win or lose, that we played as hard as we could, then we will be satisfied with the season.
Well, our only 2 CAC selections from last year are returning. So senior Morgan McAlpin, who will be a captain playing in the middle, and junior Emily Reddig, outside hitter. So they'll both be back, and I'm sure that most of our opponents, at least our CAC opponents, will know to be looking out for them. Both of them really have the ability to have a great season and really tear it up for us. But we do have other key returners at the net, including Kaylin Thomas and Margaret McAlpin. And one other returner I'm excited to get back on the court is Hannah Stager. She was having an amazing September last year. She just made an all-tournament team. She was our leading opposite hitter. And then early in the fall, she had a concussion, and the day she was cleared to practice, she dislocated her ankle. So I thought she was just on track to have a really, really great sophomore year. So I'm excited to get her back on the court, and hopefully she can pick up where she left off and really turn some heads that weren't expecting to see her this year. I am really excited about our 2015 recruit class, more in the sense that, not intentionally, I ended up recruiting a perfect lineup. So we have 7 freshmen coming in, and they do fill every spot on the court. So I think that is unique in my 22 recruit classes. That hasn't happened before, so I'm excited about that. And they do seem to be getting along very well. I see their interactions at orientation sessions. I see them in the group text, the way they're responding. They all seem to have a really great energy. They seem to really they're really starting to get to know each other and like each other.
And chemistry in the off season helps us a lot. This past year, with all the freshmen coming in, we started a group text at the beginning of the summer. So we've all been talking through that from like day one. And so I think that coming into this preseason, we all know each other like a lot better than we have in past seasons. So I think that's going to help a lot when we get on the court, and it's going to be easier to communicate with each other right off the bat rather than like trying to feel everyone out and see like what personalities are what.
It's been a long time since we've opened with such a strong opponent. Stevenson is regionally ranked traditionally. They've gone to the NCAA tournament. So in a lot of ways that might set the tone. You know, if we can take them, then that's when maybe we can really start to see what we potentially can do with the top teams in our conference. The CAC, it's great to be part of such a really strong conference, but like I said, we are really good at just beating up on each other. I mean, last year, our number 6 seed ended up going to the championship. We were fortunate enough to have a really good regular season showing, and we ended up tied for the number 2 spot. And then 3 teams were tied for the number 4 spot. So our first 6 teams that get to go to the tournament were really all battling for the 2nd, 3rd position. So that will continue to be. But I do feel like we have enough depth, and I think that the key for us and the challenges for my coaching staff is we're going to have to make sure that we can keep them healthy, and that we can keep them on track and really focused on their effort, keep their confidence high, train them at a level where we continue to grow, and that if we're at our peak come late October, I think we're in the mix. I think that we have a chance of winning this thing.
Our schedule is pretty strong, so it's definitely going to be a challenge. Starting off with Stevenson, that is going to be that's going to kind of like set a tone when we play them, to see like how strong we are and how much we need to work. And we do have a lot of like non-CAC teams that are strong teams, and some might say they're stronger than us, but I think if we work as a team, we'll be good. And for CAC play, definitely you have to look out for like Christopher Newport and Salisbury, who have proven themselves in the conference in the past years. But I think if we just respect every team when we go into a game, and we go in like playing to win the game, not to not lose, we should be good. I'm looking forward to taking the season, like getting first place or for something. I really think that we're gonna win something with this team. I think we have a really strong team, so I think that I'm excited to see like how well we are gonna do, and how like well we're gonna work together. And I'm excited for this group of girls, because I like think this is a good group as a whole this year.
Our goals for the volleyball team this year are to improve our attacks. We want to attack more aggressively this year, and we want to serve more aggressively. We want to come at our opponents with a faster, quicker offense and more tempo on our serves. Overall, we want to compete for the conference championships and hopefully get a bid for the NCAA playoffs.
Well, our long-term goal is to win a CAC championship. Last year we were really, really close, but didn't quite cut it. And other short-term goals, we want to be able to be consistent, be way more aggressive than we have past seasons, continue serving hard, continue hitting hard. We've got a lot of people that can execute those things. So
last year we lost one senior, Janae Johnson, who's a strong right side hitter for us, and we have worked this off season to try to replace how effective she was for us as a blocker and a hitter. This year we bring back a lot of our returning starters from last year and some really key seniors. Our outside hitter, our captain, Autumn Fisher. We also bring back our 2 middle hitters, Amanda Goodspeed and Carly Valiant. At setter, we return Grace Chow and our other junior captain, Amelia Graff. In defense, we return senior Molly Johnson, juniors Carissa Hill and Megan Griffiths. So we really like the maturity and depth that we're bringing back, and we like the experience we have on our court.
Well, this past off season, we were missing about 5 or 6 people due to injuries and study abroad programs. So that gave us all a chance to individually work on things that we maybe wouldn't have before. Like, we didn't have any setters in this off season, so everyone got to use their hands and learn how to positionally set. We did a lot of serve receive, we did a lot of ball control.
So this year we brought in big, strong class. At outside hitter, we brought in Megan Kelly, who will add to our offense right away. At right side, we brought in Hannah Kraus. At libero and defensive specialist, we brought in Marissa Dangler. And at setter, we brought in Mia Griffiths.
Beating Salisbury. We hadn't beat Salisbury since 1998, and last year we beat them in 4, and it was probably the best feeling ever. Everyone celebrated after the game, and it was a really big deal. It's been so long since we beat them, so that was an awesome feeling. Definitely just playing again. I mean, it's my senior year, and there's 7 of us that are going to be graduating. It's going to be really tough each game, like counting down, like we're going to be done soon. So I think just playing competitively and having a good time.
So our schedule this year, I set us up so that we have some tough matches right away. We open up the season with a very good Johns Hopkins team, and then 2 days later we get on a plane and head to California and play some of the best teams on the West Coast. So we're excited. We have a few strong non-conference matches before conference hits, and then we open up our conference with Salisbury at home and another key home game with Christopher Newport on October 18th, Sunday. So come on out and see us if you can.
It's definitely harder than it's been in the past, but it'll be fun. Competitiveness, I think, is always fun. So, I mean, we open up with Johns Hopkins this coming Tuesday, and then we go to California for like 3 or 4 days and playing in the Pomona Pincer Classic. So it should be fun. It'll be really competitive, and it'll be hard, but it'll be a good time, I think. I really enjoy the atmosphere. Part of the reason that I came here is just because it's so beautiful, and it's similar to your class size in high school. You get, 20 people to a professor, and they all really care about your academic and athletic success. And I like the environment. Everyone here is super close-knit. All the athletes support all the other athletes. The athletes support students, other students support. It's just a big circle. Everyone knows each other. It's a really close-knit environment. We feel at home here.
Our main goal this year is we want to get into the top 2 in the CAC, going into the conference playoffs, and of course every main goal is to get into the NCAA tournament and go from there.
We'd really like to finish top 2 in the CAC this year. Really like to finish strong in our season. We had a few players last year, so our bodies got really tired. We had a lot of injuries, so really want to just stay strong. And also, we just really want to win. We're playing a really tough schedule this year, so I think playing the better competition, it's going to make us better players. So if we can just fight through that and just play awesome, that would be really, really great this year.
We actually didn't have any key losses from last season. We had no seniors last year, and so we're looking forward to having a returning starting group and the new freshmen coming in and taking place. I would say our key returners, starting off with our seniors, would be Emma Murphy. She's been all CAC the last couple of years, and she's been a captain for us now, for 2 years in a row, and we're looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table her senior season. Megan Payne has really come along quite a bit in her 4 years here, so we're looking at her contributing on the right side. And then, of course, Emma Olson, Caroline, and Kelsey Stambro, all of them are returning as well and have been major parts of our team. So, we got quite a bit of veteran leadership. And then our freshmen, we've got Danny Fiore coming back from being CAC Freshman of the Year. Coming back into this season. Jenna Yost, as a freshman, started at libero, so she'll be coming back. And then Rachel Hendricks as well will be there too. So we got so many great kids coming back into for this season.
In the spring, Coach pinpoints our little errors that we have, so it's very frustrating, but it's very rewarding in the end because we finally get to get those skills that we've been working to finally perfect, and we're finally getting to be the players we want to be.
Well, we have a couple of different positions that we're really looking forward to seeing progress with these incoming athletes. We have a middle in Mallory Hill coming in. She helps us definitely with our depth. Last year in middle we only had 2. Rachel Harris, who's a transfer from Juniata, she'll be coming in and also helping shore up the middle a little bit for us. And so now we've gone from only having 2 middles to having 3 or 4 middles, which is great. Leslie Walters and Lindsay Vaught are both coming in on the outside. Leslie can actually play the middle as well, so that actually gives us some extra depth too. So we're really looking forward to having those 2 presents out there. And then we have a setter in Eve Williamson, who she's a 5'11" lefty. And between her and Emma Olson, 2 lefty setters, you don't get that quite often, and so we're looking forward to seeing how we can utilize both of them in that regard. And then 2 liberos really shores up our defensive side. Last year we had 2 really strong defensive players, and there was times where we had to put somebody else in the serve receive, and they gave it their best effort and did a good job. But these 2 other freshmen, Casey Spanitz and Ryan Cho, come in and really shore up the defensive side and the ball control. And so we're looking forward to seeing how all the pieces play out in the long run.
I'm looking forward to, as my senior year, to finish strong and to just have a great time with the girls. I'm really looking forward to the off-season bonding on the bus. We don't have our phones anymore on the bus, so I think that's going to be a huge thing for us. It's going to be hard at first, but I think it's really going to be good for us to bond and get to know each other on that level that we haven't before. Also, I really am looking forward to just playing our hearts out and seeing our hard work finally pay off and us finally, get the results we want to get. Always seeing you. They're always a good competitor. It's always really fun when we play them, and when we play better competition, we do a lot better. So definitely seeing you.
As far as our schedule might be the hardest that I've ever had for this season, but we felt with having a good young core returning and then some really high quality freshmen coming in, we wanted to give them that challenge and really see what it takes to get to that next step. So we were looking at our schedule, and the winning percentage of our opponents is like 650, which is extremely high. We have 16 teams that were regionally ranked last year. We have 5 that were top 15 in the country. But if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And so we're going to go ahead and challenge ourselves and see what we do.
Just the sense of family here, faculty and the athletes, we all just are here for each other and really want each other to succeed. We all support each other at all of our events, and it's just a huge family here.
My expectations for the upcoming season is for all of our players to really work hard every day, improve on each rep, improve every day, and really reach our potential for each player and us as a whole as a team, and to everybody do their little job and have our team be successful.
For this season, I'd say our goals and expectations are to get as far as we can. We really want to go far in the NCAA tournament. We're really looking to get the CAC championship this year, so we really want to do well this year.
Our key losses from last year are Julie, Nikki, and Michelle, a right side and middle, and a libero. They were all very good players for us. They all taught our returners a lot, and we have a lot of good incomers and returners who are looking to fill in the shoes. Our key returners, everybody on this team who's returning are key. Everybody works hard, and they're all looking to contribute and get better.
The entire team has been working super hard in the weight room and the gym. We've been getting together a couple times in the summer, just a couple of us that can. And we've been working really hard. We've been playing as I said, we've been working out. We're really excited for this upcoming season. We all feel really ready.
All our newcomers, we've got some good outside hitters. We have some good middles. Every position, we're looking good. All of our newcomers are, buying into the same philosophy and culture of the team of working hard and just doing what we need to do to have the team succeed.
For this season, I'm just so excited to get back with my teammates. They're my family. I love them so much. I get homesick from school just because I miss them so much. Our team dynamic is so awesome. I wouldn't want another team with any other girl.
We have a lot of good teams, a lot of quality teams this year on our non-conference schedule. We take every team one at a time, and we respect every team, and we game plan and treat every team like they're they're number one in the country. So, CAC, it's the same schedule every year. A lot of good teams, returning, a lot of good players. The conference seems to get stronger every year, and we're just looking forward to getting out there and playing.
I'm excited. It looks really competitive this year, and we really are looking to push ourselves and better ourselves so that we are able to go far in the tournaments. The CAC has been getting very competitive, really great teams, all of them. I'm really excited to see what we can do, see how we play against everyone.
I think we're going to be a little more dynamic on the pins. We're going to be a little more speedy, and everybody's just working hard.
At Salisbury University, I love being a student athlete because it's just the whole dynamic of being a part of something bigger. I felt like I've been a part of this school since the day I came as a freshman. Everybody's so welcoming, so loving, so encouraging. I love being a student athlete at Salisbury University.
Every year to be competitive in our league. We really want to win our league. We want to focus on that, make that the most important thing this season. Our league is super strong, so if we focus on that, then we'll be even more prepared for postseason play. We're fortunate enough to get there. What do I expect? I expect to do that. I expect to win our league. I have a great team coming back this year. We're very talented and very experienced, and we've got a tremendous amount of confidence.
I expect us to have just as good of a season as we had last season. I'm really excited about our team this year. I think preseason is going great. We're coming together as a team. And I think that a good goal for us would be to go undefeated in the conference again and just to work really hard this season and just have a really good conference play.
All three. We had 3 seniors last year. Brooke Moore was our libero. Krista Hughes was a super sub for us that played some middle, played some right side. And Jessie Colden was also a super sub, but played a big role in the back row for us. So those are 3 big roles that we have to fill, and we've got to figure out who's going to do that, and hopefully fast. Everybody. Really, everybody is going to play a big role in our season, day in and day out. I would single out our seniors as probably the most significant because they do the biggest job of leadership on the team. They really keep the team together, keep the team pushing forward, push them to work hard every day and to get better. So our 3 seniors, Rachel Conway, Abby McIntyre, and Ashley Rock, are probably our 3 most significant returners just because of their leadership. All of them. We have 5 new players. We have 1 transfer, Maddie Wickens from Nazareth College. And we have 4 freshmen, Tessa Clemitis, Helen DeCherico, Pat Boyle, and Josie Lucernoni. And all 5 of them are doing a great job integrating into a new team, a new environment, a new system. And I see a bright future for all 5 of them.
I'm most looking forward to just having a great, amazing senior season. This is my last season, so I'm really interested to see how this season goes. I have really high expectations for it, and I know for sure that this team can meet all those expectations I have.
Non-conference is going to be a great way for us to prepare for the CAC. We do play some really strong teams that will challenge us. We don't have any expectations in terms of a record non-conference. We want to use those matches as opportunities to improve and to propel us to win our league. CAC play is going to be another good grind for us this year. The teams at the top half of the league are all great. We'll see tough games week in and week out in conference play, and we're real excited about that.
I think we have a really great off-season or out-of-conference schedule. We're playing Emory, which we haven't played since my sophomore year, which is always, we saw them play last year in our home court, and now it's going to be awesome to play them again. We have a lot of rivalries that we're playing in. That'll just be really good competition to get us ready for the CAC so we can try to go undefeated again. I love being a student athlete at this school just because the community of student athletes, we all come together, we support each other at every game. We'll go to field hockey games, lacrosse games, and I see all the teams out at our games too. So I just love that we all support each other's hard work that we're putting in the off season, and we support each other in our season together.